Is this thing on?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the main event.
Episode 2.
Episode 2,
Two.
Season 1 of, that's right, the main event with Kevin and Mia. I want to thank you guys for joining us. We've got 5 viewers so far. I got a lot of stuff that I want to get out and about, so I'm going to start the show if you don't mind.
Nope, go right ahead.
Perfect. If I could just get a check with everybody, let me know if you can hear us and see us okay.
Say hi to a few people out there. Our nephew Robert. Hello, nephew Robert.
And my brother from another mother, Fred Doak.
Our sister from another mister, Belinda. And Miss Molly. Welcome. If you weren't here last week, this is our second episode. You'll have to check out last week's episode. We had a pretty good time.
Yes, it was a good time. It's always a good time when we get into a room with all these crazy people.
Or crazy 2 people.
Okay, so my topic today is WrestleMania, simply because today is WrestleMania Day. Last night, they had the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which brings me to quite the interesting subject matter that I want to start off with. Last night during the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, Bret Hart, along with Natalya Neidhart, which is his niece, was on stage giving his induction speech when a so-called fan rushed the stage and attacked Bret, taking him down. According to the New York Police Department, the attacker was identified as 26-year-old Zachary Madsen. Madsen faces 2 counts of assault, 1 count of trespassing, and a misdemeanor charge of violation of local law. At this time, I haven't heard why this guy attacked Bret Hart.
I heard a rumor earlier that he was a MMA fighter.
Yes.
That he was trying to self-promote himself or something, and that it was actually kind of staged, I don't know, because if you pay attention to the ring, when the guy come down to, and attacked Bret Hart, all the wrestlers, one of the wrestlers there, I can't remember which one because he watches it, I'm a bystander.
Well, the New Day, from what I could see,
the leather jacket, he was kind of in the ring going like this, like he was trying to pump up the crowd.
Oh, I don't...
I don't know if it's... I don't know.
I think that was Heath Slater, and I think he was just acting like a moron, but I could be wrong. Actually, what I want to do right now is I want to show... Because not everybody's had a chance to see what happened. I actually have a video clip, which just before we went to air, I found out that WWE has removed this video, all video of the attack taking place from YouTube. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But I do actually have access to a clip that I want to attempt to show everybody. So check this out, and then we'll come back. And that was pretty much the end of that.
See, it's so hard telling with wrestling because, I know a lot of people like wrestling, but a lot of it's scripted.
Yeah, but something like that, I could tell by the look on Natty's face when she looked back, that was not planned.
Right.
Nobody had a clue that guy was going to do that. I don't believe.
Take a moment to say hi to a few people. Hi, Daddy. Gary McNeil, my daddy. Heather Green.
Josh
Welcome,
Bauer.
Josh.
Thanks for joining us, Josh.
I seen Kim Brown in there. Hello,
yeah.
Kim.
Terry Thibodeau's in here. Wow, we got 13 viewers. That's my lucky number. We got
nice.
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. Brandy, Keith. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show if this is your first time joining.
That's weird because we got 2 people that just popped in, and yet it's only showing 12, and we were at 13.
Oh, wow.
Anyways,
back to the wrestling.
So, my topic today is obviously WrestleMania 35. I'm going to run down through the matches that are taking place during WrestleMania.
See, even nephew Robert says it was staged.
I don't believe it was. And I don't believe that everything you see on WWE programming is real. If that was staged, they wouldn't have gone to black. I know television.
Well, they're
I
trying
know-
to get their ratings too because what is it, AEW or AWE is really
AEW.
AEW's taking. They're boosting their ratings. WWE is going.
Not during a Hall of Fame ceremony. I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe that.
Well, okay. Anyways,
Is my mic? Is this mic on? Oh my God, we have no sound.
he
Why
says
didn't anybody
tomato,
tell me?
I say tomato. How have we lasted 18 years?
I don't know. Okay. Can you guys hear us? Because I'm not seeing my needle move.
You too, Shannon.
Although I do see the electronic stuff over there moving, so I'm assuming the mic is on.
Well, they're hearing us because they're responding.
Okay. So, moving on. This year's main event is actually the first time women have ever headlined WrestleMania. Which to me, exactly, I think that's a huge thing. The main event at WrestleMania this year is a winner-take-all match with Ronda Rousey, who is the Raw Women's Champion, defending her title against Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair is currently the SmackDown Women's Champion. My prediction is that Becky Lynch is going to win, and I think this because she's the only one in this match that has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Not to mention, WrestleMania, maybe the Raw after WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey's done.
That's what I was just gonna say. Ronda Rousey's, I mean, she's making a big crack about wrestling anyways, and she needs to go. She should have stayed right where she was to begin with. She just needed extra money and didn't realize, what was involved with it. I mean, the same thing with Brock Lesnar. I mean, he should have just stayed. He should have just stayed in the UFC. I mean, he was a wrestler before UFC, but he should have just stayed in UFC. I mean,
I agree.
There's real and there's wrestling.
I agree. And as far as Brock Lesnar is concerned, I don't believe that the WWE is where Brock Lesnar should be anymore.
Yeah.
He was badass back in his early days, but like you said, he belongs in the UFC, and that's where he should have stayed. I don't think. Who is that?
Lola.
No, that's Wiggles. Quit trying to steal our spotlight.
Steal the Thundercat.
Yeah, so as far as my take on wrestling, I still love the sports entertainment, but this may actually be the last programming from WWE that I bother to watch.
Don't.
And there's a lot of things that factor into that. Number one, if Brock Lesnar walks out of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion, definitely I'm done watching. I won't even bother to watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow night.
So Belinda, we'll go to the comments here. Belinda says Rosie's gonna whoop that ass. I really hope Becky does. Because I don't know. I don't like Ronda. I never really cared for her when she was, in the MMA crap. I don't. She's big mouth and she thinks she's hotter than the next friggin' nacho cheese chip. I just don't like her. But he got sick, Brock Lesnar. He got sick.
Yeah, he had, what was it,
couldn't do the
diverticulitis
UFC.
or something. He ended up having something go on with his stomach.
So don't eat seeds. No, I can't say that. I have that, and that's awful. That's awful.
He ended up having to have some emergency surgery or something. But there's been talks of him going back to UFC, so that problem's been fixed.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that's where he needs to go.
Yeah.
Moving on. Well, actually, that was the next match, was the Universal Championship match. With Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins. I'm predicting that Seth Rollins wins because I've heard that Brock Lesnar's planning on going back to UFC and not coming back. I don't know. I'm definitely rooting for Seth Rollins simply because I'm tired of seeing a champion that doesn't defend the title. So I'm predicting that Seth Rollins is going to win. We've got the WWE Championship match between Daniel Bryan, who is the current champion, against Kofi Kingston. I'm predicting that Daniel Bryan's going to win just so that they can keep putting the screws to Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, and they've been.
I am rooting for Kofi, though. He's been with that company for 11 years. I think he's more than paid his dues. I think that he deserves, because he's never ever held a champ. He's never held.
No,
he's never held the WWE Championship.
No.
Or the Universal title. So,
Fun little fact: we had a bunny rabbit. He passed away a couple years ago, but we had a black bunny rabbit. His name was Kofi, because he was black and he hopped.
which was a lot of what Kofi Kingston has done, is hopped.
Yeah, we didn't name him. Our daughter did. Okay.
Yep.
Back to wrestling.
Okay, so then next we've got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. My prediction is Drew McIntyre wins, simply because they want to piss the crowd off. We've got AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I'm predicting that AJ Styles wins. Let's see, there's the no-holds-barred match between Triple H and Batista. My prediction is that Batista wins the match, simply because Triple H needs to spend his time in the boardroom.
I only have idea about wrestling because I was brought up around it. My dad always watched wrestling. Every Saturday night we'd go over to my aunt's house, and there was all young boys there, and they were all my cousins, and they were all watching wrestling. And then I happened to marry Kevin, who's a die-hard wrestling fan. So
No.
I only know what I know through... I don't really care for wrestling. I mean, I enjoyed doing it when I was a ring announcer, and I enjoyed working behind the scenes with the wrestlers and stuff. But as far as moves and stuff like that, I know what a half Nelson is, and about a pile driver.
Well, if you know what
Pile
a half
driver.
Nelson is, then you
A
should
full
know what a full Nelson is.
Yeah, a full Nelson, a figure four, because you used to put me in it until I
Sleeper hold.
until my leg was frigged up.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so anyway, my prediction for the no-holds-barred match between Triple H and Batista, I'm betting on Batista simply because Triple H spends the majority of his time in the
Thank you,
boardroom.
Shannon. It's a man's soap opera, exactly.
I'm not arguing that at all.
It's more a soap opera. They talk and whack a whack a whack and flap 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 more than they do actually action. It's drama. It's more drama now than anything.
Hence the term sports entertainment.
Exactly.
I want to give a shout out and hi to Allison and who just
Hi,
joined us,
Allison.
Amanda.
Amanda, welcome.
Yes, welcome to the main event.
The main event. And no, not every show is about wrestling. This one just happens to be about wrestling.
Because WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is tonight. So I lose my husband for
10 hours.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
From 5 to 12:30.
So I lose my husband for 10 hours.
Well, 7 hours at least. That's
the
right.
movie The Wrestler.
I agree with Robert. He says, y'all have Young and the Restless. We have WWE.
I don't even like those soap operas. I have enough drama dealing with a teenager. We're leaving that at that.
Okay, moving on because I got quite the list here. So the next match is the Intercontinental Championship match, which is Bobby Lashley, who is the IC champ, versus Finn Balor. And Finn Balor this year is coming out as the Demon. Now, I'm not saying that this is fact, but I'm saying that this is what I believe. I don't believe that Finn Balor, because Finn Balor is coming in as the Demon this year. Actually, I think he's come out as the Demon every WrestleMania that he's been in. And I can't recall seeing him lose while being the Demon. So I'm hoping that he'll take the IC championship away from Bobby Lashley, because that little dude that he's got with him, Leo Rush, I'd like to punch that character right in the beak.
Sure.
Can't stand him. He
Sure.
irritates the hell out of me. Now, in reality, he's probably a hell of a guy. But
Probably.
and yes, people, there is a difference usually between a character that you see on TV and the
Well,
person
it's just like
in real
anything,
life.
like in, like Chris Jericho, he said before he's gotten hit. Was it just Chris Jericho that got hit in the parking lot because
Oh, yeah.
over a storyline?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
These fans, they get right into it.
Wrestling fans are the most. I don't care what anybody
Dedicated to
says.
the most passionate.
They are the most hardcore fans on the planet, next to like Five Finger Death Punch or Slipknot fans.
Right?
But that's a whole totally different type of fan. And speaking of Chris Jericho, word on the street is that Chris Jericho has been completely banned from WWE altogether.
Exactly, Shannon. Then he's been doing his job. Exactly. They're taking it outside the ring, the fans. I mean, there's some wrestlers that I couldn't stand just because of storylines, and then I still couldn't stand them. And Kevin's like, well, they're a face now, and it's like, well, I still can't stand them because you still can't get over the fact that they were that much of an asshole.
Right. and I'm sure that there are some that actually carry that persona out into the public too.
Slipknot.
And Jen Holland says, your hair looks nice today,
Well,
Mia.
thanks, Jen. I cut it the other day. And yes, I did it myself because I'm poor and cheap and too stingy to spend my money on a haircut. But thank
Okay.
you.
Excuse me. Okay, the next match I have here is the United States Championship, which is Samoa Joe, who is the U.S. champ, facing Rey Mysterio. I'm predicting that Samoa Joe wins simply because since he hit the WWE, I don't think he's touched a title belt. Of course, I'm really not a fan of Samoa Joe at all. I think they've overhyped him and underdelivered with him. But that's just my opinion. Next is the Women's Tag Team Championship, which is Sasha Banks and Bayley, who are the current tag champs, versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya, against Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Iconics. My prediction is that the Iconics win. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh no, it's going to be Nia Jax. I say the Iconics because they are two of the most annoying people on the roster. I love the Australian accent, but not out of their mouths. Their voices are just like nails on a chalkboard.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Hey, you lost me there for a second.
Well, I know with the wrestling, that's
Yeah,
not hard to do because you're not
now,
a follower.
you name specifics like that, like annoying and Australian accent, then I'm all caught up.
Yeah, then you put the two
Then
together
I
and
know
go,
what you're talking about.
Want to say hi to Kelly. Thanks for joining us, Kelly. Hey,
Hello,
we're up
Kelly.
to 15 viewers.
Woohoo! That's at least double last week.
Absolutely.
Nice.
16. Look at that. Boom.
Nice.
All right, so we're 20 minutes in, and I'm
and they've
almost
stuck
done my...
all through your wrestling talk.
Believe it or not, the majority of the people that are in this room,
I
with the
watch
exception of one or
wrestling,
two,
yeah.
actually know what I'm talking about.
Right?
Okay, so moving on. Falls Count Anywhere's match between The Miz and Shane McMahon. I'm predicting The Miz is going to win because they've been giving him such a hard push.
Yeah.
And he just turned babyface. So I think The Miz is going to win that one.
Yeah, and I think they're working on baby number 2, so they're going to need more money.
They are. They are.
And they got another show, don't they?
Yeah, they just started the second season of Ms. and Mrs.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, so good on them.
Blah.
Let's see.
Why do you like Kevin?
Who do you like, Kevin?
Oh, who do you like? I thought it said, why do you like Kevin? I don't know. Why do anybody like Kevin? Why does
I don't know
anybody
why
like
anybody
Kevin?
likes Kevin. I think Kevin's an ass.
I'm waiting in me.
Out of the current roster, that's a hard one to say. My favorite has always been since I was introduced to him, Stone Cold Steve Austin, hands down. He'll always be my favorite. My favorite of all time before Stone Cold came around was The Undertaker. And if I don't see The Undertaker's face this is reason number 2 why I may end up not watching wrestling anymore.
Hello, Ellen. What's up, Ellen?
If The Undertaker does not at least make an appearance at this WrestleMania, not only am I going to be pissed, but I'm also done watching WWE programming.
I think he's just about done.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if he is, I think that he should be given the chance to go out. I still think it's BS that Brock Lesnar was the one to end the streak, but The Undertaker has mad respect for Brock Lesnar.
Oh, definitely.
So, and he's a big fan.
I think that's a
so,
bunch of BS that he's the one that took him out. I mean, it should have been somebody else. I mean, I stopped watching it when the whole Lita miscarriage and crap, but I really stopped watching it when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker. Are you freaking kidding me? There are so many other wrestlers that are more worthy than that title and taking out The Undertaker than freaking Brock Lesnar. Are you kidding me?
Well, it is what it is.
Done.
Personally, I think Vince, as of late, has been making
He's
some...
losing his...
well,
he's probably got dementia. How old is
like
he? 80 years
180, something like that.
Friggin' guys drinking formaldehyde.
But anyway, if The Undertaker doesn't show up, that will also be a determining factor of me being done watching wrestling.
Oh, yeah, Undertaker's 60. He's 60 plus, isn't he? He's got to be.
Undertaker?
Yeah.
Actually, I think he just turned 55 here earlier this month. Of course, you know, he's got a wife and kids and going to church and
change it to the
that.
main event. Talk about horses. Yeah. No.
Okay, so
Funny that you say that because every time me and my daughter play Mario Kart, when I go off the map, for some reason I always yell horse balls or horse shit. And she looked at me last night and she's like, "Mom, what is it with you and horses?" Because I try not to swear. I try my hardest not to swear. But you ever play Mario Kart?
hi Eva.
You ever play some of those maps? They suck. And they are worth swearing about. So, back to wrestling.
And I don't play video games.
No, he just sits in the other room and laughs at us. And laughs at me swearing and pitching a fit because I'm going off the map.
So moving on.
Okay, moving on.
They have the farewell match that is Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. My prediction is going to be that Kurt Angle wins because, well, it's his farewell match. If they make him take a dive on his farewell match.
Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's retiring. He's done.
Tonight is his last performance.
He'll
in the
probably
ring.
end up being like Shawn Michaels and he'll probably end up being general manager again or something like that.
I don't know. It's hard telling. They're not.
When did he stop being general manager?
When Vince and Shane
and
and all
all.
them come, oh, we're going to take back over the show and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, my prediction is that Kurt Angle wins. Let's see. SmackDown.
Me too, Jen. I'm always Yoshi, too. That's too funny.
The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which is the Usos, who are the current tag champs, versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, versus The Bar, which is Sheamus and Cesaro, versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. I always want to call him Shit Stain
Because that's what
Shit-Stain.
that's what you usually call him, Shit Stain.
My prediction is going to be that Ricochet and Aleister Black win, simply because they just come up the ranks from NXT, and they've been being pushed hard. And if you look at their stats since they joined Raw, they haven't lost yet.
Right.
At least not that I can remember. So, Ricochet and Aleister Black, those are my picks for the wins tonight. The Raw Tag Team Championship match consists of the Revival, who are the current tag champs, versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. My prediction is that the Revival will win and retain their titles because Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, I don't know if you remember this or not, remember back when Edge had his Edge heads?
Oh, okay.
That was Zack Ryder and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Their careers have gone right down the toilet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as it stands right now, Kurt Hawkins has some record for losing the most wrestling matches of anybody ever.
Wow.
Like I'm serious. I'm talking like he's lost I think almost 300 matches
Wow.
consecutively. Not lose win win lose. No, it's all losses.
Talk about participation awards.
Good Lord. And I mean, to me, that's just a bad utilization of an athlete. So that's just my opinion.
Go Red Wings, yeah, right?
Okay.
I'm not a huge sports person anyways.
So that was my list of my topic.
Any sports that I usually watch is pool or something like that. I used to watch people play pool all the time. That's fun. I used to love playing pool.
Okay. So
On to me. Whoa, boys.
now it's Mia's
Ooh, I
turn
got some news
to have
today.
the topic. I would save the top 10 for last. We are
Don't
at.
tell me what to do.
I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Don't tell me what
We are
to do.
27 minutes and counting into the show. I think we still got
Still got a
13.
half hour left.
We still got 13
Still got
viewers.
all my stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
Been
and
a busy week.
And the top 10's coming up. I'm excited about that.
I like apples. What an amazing record to have. Yeah. I like apples. Do you like to eat?
Don't you do it.
Apples and bananas.
You're lucky. Oh, I'm gonna thumb you in your eye, woman. Thumb you in
Did
the eye.
you know that this past week, that some guy in California, he was caught stealing a chainsaw. Okay.
Okay.
You know, you kind of wonder how somebody steals a chainsaw. He shoved it down his pants. The guy shoved a chainsaw down his pants to steal it in a hardware store in Fresno.
How do you even do that?
Can't
Was it like a full-size chainsaw?
Did he tuck it between his legs is what I'm wondering, because you would think, because it doesn't do all chainsaws come with chains? They come chains around them, right? I mean, there are some
think
that
so.
don't.
I don't know. I've never bought a chainsaw without a chain.
No, running, right? I doubt it was running, but unless it was a gas-powered one, then he's a sorry sucker for...
I still don't. The only way I could think that somebody would do that is if it was a pole saw.
No, this was like a
full-on chainsaw?
Yeah, like a, what is it? Like a Craftsman or a Husqvarna. You know, is that a brand? That's
Husqvarna.
Yeah, like a normal size chainsaw. He shoved it in his pants in the hardware store.
That's nuts.
I know, huh? Some people,
That's
they'll
being
steal,
dedicated to...
They'll steal just about anything. I'm telling you, it doesn't.
Jen Holland says, small package.
No shit, huh? He must have tucked it or something, because I just couldn't imagine.
Well, Robert says, and I don't know if this is fact, but Robert
chain
says
is
the chain is
not
not
on
on
you.
it when you buy it.
Okay, thank you. Because in the article, it really, inquiring minds want to know. They really need to put more details in some of these articles, because, after I'm reading the article, I'm thinking to myself, what, did he cut his junk up? Man, that must have sucked. That's karma right in itself. You steal it, you cut your junk on it.
As my late brother would say, sacre bleu.
Exactly. Hey, Vicky,
Hey, it's my sister.
my fishing sister.
We never did find out. I never did hear. Did you land the fish?
Did you catch any fish, my sister?
Okay, so moving on to your next subject.
Okay. Did you also know, okay, spring's coming. With spring, that comes mosquitoes. Well, we probably will get our spring probably in maybe June, July, but anyways, usually with spring, it comes mosquitoes. Mosquitoes suck so bad. Oh,
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. Well, these scientists decided to try playing music to deter mosquitoes. So the one that worked the most was a Skrillex dubstep one, because of the very low frequencies. I guess it's shown that it can actually deter them, because the one scientist, he stated that insects with low frequency vibrations, they facilitate sexual interactions, whereas noise disruptions, the perception of the signals, it perceives the signals from the other species, so they get all confused. And they don't know, because a lot of insect world and a lot of the animal world, they rely a lot on scents and stuff, to find their way around stuff, to find other mates, to find food, so, but they said playing dubstep. So that's something I'm gonna have to get in the garage and put your, Skrillex on or something, and just, crank it and see.
My system wouldn't be able to handle that kind of low frequency.
No.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
My co-host left me, and I don't know what to do.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep rocket science. So you're gonna remain silent until I get back.
Pretty much. I know his drumming keeps the cats away. Well, except for one. We got one stupid cat that sits outside the door and actually wants to go in the room with him.
I don't know if I'd say he's stupid, but he's brave. To say the
Maybe
least.
that's why we don't have a real bad issue with bugs in the house, because you play drums.
My bass isn't that low.
No, it's like...
No. Ain't no bugs on me. Put on some Barry White.
I think that would bring the bugs. That would be like setting up like a mate-a-thon for bugs. If you played Barry White for bugs, they'd be like putting on lingerie and like repopulating all over our house. Because Barry White, if you like making love, they'd be like, yeah, baby. We'd have fruit flies, mosquitoes,
Almost, you could almost think of our theme music for this show.
Right? Little 70s, play that for them. We have enough issues with bugs.
Vicky says, all by myself. I want to be all by myself.
All by myself.
All right, this ain't karaoke. Carry on with what you were
Carry
doing.
on, karaoke. Karaoke. Kiyaki. Coo. I want to do my top 10. I want to do my top 10.
So, do your...
Mia's top 10. Okay. Mia's top 10. What?
You realize
It's my freaking drum roll, dude.
I'm gonna come up with a graphic type thing that'll introduce that for you.
That is awesome. You're
I'm
such a
working
wonderful
on,
husband.
I'm working on stuff. I'm always doing something.
That's
different.
where the romance is at. It's the little things. It's, no flowers, no chocolates. It's little things. It's the little things. Okay. My top 10. Mia's top 10. Mia's top 10. Funny random thoughts. Okay. Are we ready?
funny.
Number
thought.
10. If a word in the dictionary was misspelled, how would we know? How would we know? We could be spelling the word for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, oops.
Well, you know something.
Somebody
that I find,
smoked a J on a Friday and messed up the dictionary.
Yep, and instead of spelling out joint, they spelt gent.
I know, it's bad porn music. It's funny. It's good porn music. That's when porn was good. Had storylines. Anyways. Here.
What was that again?
If a word was misspelled in
Oh.
the dictionary, how would we know?
Well, we really wouldn't know because, if you think about it, all through my years of school, I was taught that it's I before E except after C, and sometimes Y. Bullshit.
Bull caca.
They've lied to us. I'm telling
Well,
you.
it's like mature versus mature. Some people say mature. Some people say mature.
That I think also
Depends on the
where
text
you're
that
from
it's-
because I've heard you say the word balls like testicles, and I'm pretty sure Terry MacGyver can testify. See what I did there, testes? He can testify to that. That over in the UK, it's not always like kick you in the balls. Or they call it bollocks. There's different words that they use, even though
Actually,
it's still the English language.
we'll get to that after my top 10. I actually have
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's for later. We have a new words that I have.
Balls.
Okay, number 9. How do blind people know when they are done wiping their butts? Do you or do you not look at the toilet paper to see if your butt's clean?
No. Once my hand goes under, it comes back empty. I don't bother looking. I just wipe again. I can tell by feel.
I gotta think about this for a minute. You baffled me. Moving on, I'm moving past that one. Number 8, guys. Number 8. Why do people sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" when they're already there? Seriously?
Maybe
Take me out to the ball game. You're already at the ball game.
Maybe they want to be taken to another ball game.
They should sing it while they're going into the game. Another ball game.
Yeah, but then they're going into the ball game, not out
Well,
of the ball game.
When it's no longer squishy. See, Robert? That how you do it? You feel the squish? Do you hear? Your ears that good you can hear whether
No.
your ass hairs are clean? Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
How the hell did we digress back to that?
Why isn't the number 11 called 1-1? 1T1. It's a 1 and a 1. So it'd be 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4. That's funner to. That's a lot more fun to say than 14, 15, 16, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That is a good question.
This is a perfect question for you. Oh, I got a good question. What does a bald person put for a hair color on their driver's license? Kevin Blood?
Well, I've recently, within the last year or so, I went to go get my license redone because we had moved and all that. And I told them, I said, my hair color is bald. And they said, no, your hair color.
A hair color is bald.
I said, I have no hair. And they said, actually, your hair color is determined by either what color your facial hair is or your eyebrows. So that's how they go by your hair color.
You want to check the color down under?
All right. Do the drapes match the curtains?
Exactly. Okay. Number 5. Ooh, tongue twisters. We had a tongue twister. We were doing tongue twisters last show. This is funny. How much wind could a windbreaker break if a windbreaker could break wind? See? How much wind could a windbreaker break if a windbreaker could break wind? How about the underhair? See? Jen knows what I'm talking about.
Underwear.
Underwear. Why are feet smelly and noses runny?
That's a good question.
You smell with your nose, you run with your feet. Why aren't feet smelly and noses runny?
I don't know. Here's an interesting fact in case you didn't know. Did you know that you have more sweat glands in your feet than you do your whole body?
Yes, because that's how you can actually detoxify yourself quicker through your feet. And when you're sick, they actually say to rub the Vicks Vapor Rub on your feet instead of on your chest because it actually helps you better on your feet.
Well, Shannon does raise a good point too. Yes, but not all beards are the same as your hair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I'm pretty sure your eyebrows are though.
Your beard comes in darker than your hair colored. Your head does.
Yeah, because I have no hair.
Wow.
Look at that.
When you do have
I'm like
hair,
Seamus. I am the mighty white guy.
All right, moving on. Number 3, the mighty white guy. Don't take your shirt off. You're going to blind everybody for sure, especially with this black drop. Okay. If quizzes are quizzical, then what are tests?
Testicle! Come on, camera.
They're testicles. Ah. Okay. Number 2. If a pig lost its voice, is it disgruntled? And the number 1 funny random thought. Are you guys ready for this one? This is the stuff that keeps me up at night, guys. Seriously, when I'm posting on the internet, I can't sleep, or I'm bitching on Facebook, I can't sleep. This is shit right here that keeps me up at night. Seriously. Okay, number 1. If you spin an Oriental man, does he become disoriented? That's it, folks.
Ba-doom!
Oh, I need one of those. I'll be back.
Don't run over my fingers. And she's back. Or I'm back.
I'm back. There.
Okay. So that was all your topics, yeah?
No, I got one more, but you can talk about something if you want.
No, I got nothing left.
He's all talked out. He talked the first half hour about wrestling.
Right.
So, doink. Put the hat back on. I can't take the glare.
Yeah, ha, Shannon, you're funny.
Okay. Well, I was searching the internet because I have no time and that's all I do. I realized I came across an article that they actually put new Scottish words in the English dictionary.
Okay.
That's a good looking fucking gilly right there. The first word is roaster. You're a roaster. An annoying and obnoxious person or an idiot.
That was rather hurtful.
Roaster. You flippin' roaster. I can't do a Scottish accent. You probably do better than I can.
I'm lousy at stuff like that.
A bofing.
Bofing?
B-O-W-F-I-N-G. Bofing.
It sounds like something you do in your pants.
Well, kind of. It's a foul smell.
Oh.
You roaster. That was an awful bofing fart that you let out of your pantaloons.
Pantaloons?
Fantouche. Or your fantouches pantaloons. Which fantouche means fancy, showy, or flashy.
Oh, now see, I would have thought that fantouche, I would have thought was fancy ass.
Fancy ass, yeah. Your fancy fought bofing fought. Your fancy. Oh, this is even. Oh my gosh, geggy. A person's mouth.
Hey,
Shut
Sean.
your geggy. Shut your geggy before the roaster lets out that fantouche fart. That fantouche bofing fart.
I'm thinking maybe you should have scripted that one out.
Shut your geggy. Well, you don't want to taste the fart. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, moving on. A sprag. Sprag. A person with an arrogant manner. I could put all these in a sentence. I should have. This would be funny. Oh, this is, okay, last word. This is the last word that there was a lot more, but there was like over, I'm a fancy ass, see? You see the, okay. Ball bag. I'm going to see, I want you guys to guess. Okay, I can just imagine what a ball bag.
Oh my word. With this group here, I'm not going to be surprised with any.
No. Shut your geggy boffing ass. See? See? She gets it. Vicky gets it. Good, Vicky. See? You get it. Ball bag is exactly what you probably would think. It's a slang for a ball bag, a scrotum.
Okay, not to be confused with golf.
Golf. No.
Where you keep
See, that's
your
what
balls
I
in the
thought
bag.
at first. You know, last weekend it went like we were up here.
Jen, you got it.
And then, see? Good job, Jen Holland. You know, we were up here, and then we went, right downhill. And,
Oh, yeah.
And this week, I really tried to not go that way because, I don't want every show to be, dirty, even though it's funny.
Well, and just for the record, at the very beginning of the show, there was a disclaimer that was put up.
Yeah, I know. We put a disclaimer up there. You never know what's going to come out of our
Scrotum
mouth.
purse.
Scrotum purse. That would be, a bar bag. A bar bag purse. Like, oh, I really wasn't trying to go bad on this. And when I'm doing the research, and Kevin can contest to that, I start laughing and just start shaking my head.
I think you've done pretty good
Because
this show.
it was automatically going downhill no matter which way. I mean, look, everything I talked about,
the audience
okay?
took it downhill, too.
The first subject was the mosquitoes, okay? Well, no, the first subject was the guy with the chainsaw and his, almost cutting his willy wacky off. Freaking dum-dum. I'm going to do Dumbest Criminals one of these episodes, but they're pretty funny. People are dumb and they'll do stupid stuff. Working with the public is even funnier because I would just sit on my break and watch people. That was the best entertainment of them all, is sitting outside and just watching what people do and how people do things. And just, I'm sure people do watch me too. I was in a Walmart parking lot one time. I had a $900 check, and it surprised me. I wasn't expecting this check. I ran to Walmart to cash this check. It was a windy day. I get out of the car.
I already know where this is going.
The check goes flying through the air. And I'm running through this parking lot as fast as my little legs can run, trying to catch and keep up with this damn check. And I would get up to it, and that frickin' thing would blow off again every time. And finally, this poor old lady, grabbed my check, and she says, honey, I've watched you run all through this parking lot trying to catch this check. So I've been there. I've had people probably watch me too. But you just do that. Just someday sit right outside of a retail store or a convenience store and just watch people.
You know what? I don't even have to go to Walmart.
I know.
All I got to do is just look out my office window and I see stuff that.
Oh, at your work? I thought
which will remain nameless.
You shocked me on that one. I thought you were going to say me. All I have to do is sit there and watch you, honey.
Well, I'm trying to be nice. And you're making it more difficult because you're planting these seeds of goof in my head.
He's trying to be nice.
Vicky says, do you know that Camel Toe has a cousin?
Is that Moose Knuckle? I don't know.
Back up away from the mic.
Question. Drum roll. Hey, Don.
Hi, Don. Welcome to the show. Actually, I got a couple shout-outs I want to give. Let's see. Who else did I see pop
you
in
seen
here?
Sean. Hey, Sean. What's up,
Yeah,
Sean?
Sean Chase. Welcome to the show. Dawn. And Robert, we love you too.
I was a running Moose Knuckle.
I was a running moose knuckle. Okay. Is that all it takes to shut you up as a little fart noise? Because I can do that all day long.
I bought him a pooter for Christmas one year, and I've regretted it ever since.
Hey, check it out. Billy Floyd's just
Hey,
in time
Billy
for the
Floyd.
just in time for the show to almost be done.
Oh, boy. Yeah, oh, boy. You missed the funny parts, though.
Yeah, I think you missed the funny parts. See, I know that Billy's not a huge wrestling fan. I know he used to be. So my part of the conversation probably he wouldn't care too much for.
Yeah.
I think he would have gotten more of a kick out of your top 10.
My top 10.
Yeah.
If you spin an Oriental man, does he become disoriented? I still have the wiping bot one though. The blind guy wiping. I want somebody do the research. I know you don't. That's kind of rude. How do you do that? I mean, if you have a best friend that's blind and you're like, chummy with and, throw shit back and forth at each other, then yeah, it's like, hey, how do you wipe your ass? How do you know when you're done? But, I mean, you're not going to go to some random blind person and say, how do you know when you're done wiping your butt? Excuse me, sir. I don't mean to interrupt you while you're having coffee, but how do you know when you're done wiping your butt?
Why would?
I'm just saying, I'm saying you don't do that. I'm
Oh.
saying that you don't do that. That's things that you don't do.
I mean, yeah.
I'm saying if you had a buddy that was blind or something and you guys were friends and shit on each other all the time, then you can say, hey, buddy, how do you know when you're done wiping your ass?
Well,
But you don't just go act random people.
So, yes, Billy, I gave my WrestleMania predictions.
Only 2 people cared about wrestling. Y'all stuck through, though. You smell the tip. You smell the you smell the toilet paper. Yeah, but then how do you know it's I would get shit on my nose.
Freddie has a good point. Why do drive-through windows have Braille?
One of the things I was going to write down is about ATMs. Why do ATMs have Braille? Because one of the things I had read was, why do ATMs have Braille?
Because you can walk up to an ATM.
Well, that's why I didn't use it. It's because you can walk up to an ATM. So that was kind of stupid. I mean, some people would be instantly like, oh, why isn't a blind person driving? But it's stupid. If you think about it, blind people, aren't going to drive.
Oh, Belinda says, it was the best 20-minute nap. Not very nice.
I was nice to him this time, Belinda. I did not snore through the whole thing. I actually chimed in. I know y'all are proud of me. And no, it was not scripted.
Vicky says, punish blind people by moving their furniture randomly.
That sucks for me, and I'm not blind. Unless I move the damn thing. I walk through a lot of rooms in the dark.
Billy, you'll have to go back and watch the show to get my predictions, because we've only got 6 minutes left in the show, and we are going off at the 1 hour point.
Not
exactly.
even a minute late. He doesn't even want to miss a minute.
Because
it's going to take you at least a minute to find a place to watch it.
No, it won't.
No, it won't.
It's called the WWE Network.
Oh.
You heard it here first, folks.
Just so I don't kill him on there. Oh, just smile, Mia. I love my husband. He's the most wonderful man in the whole world.
Well, I don't know if I go that far, but I am the most wonderful man in this room.
Well, you're...
I'm the only man in this room, dude.
No, you're not. We have kitties that are males, but I'm not married to them. They're human, but they do cuddle me better, though. I will admit. Forcefully cuddle me better.
That's not cuddling. That's called holding them against their will until they meow and claw you.
I'm not killing anyone. I'm actually pretty mellow today, Billy. I calmed her down a notch.
Holy crap. Look, we've got 18 viewers.
18 viewers. Holy. 18 of you people actually want to listen to us. That is awesome. Thank you very much. 18 people want to watch us. And that's more than what we even thought we were going to get.
I do want to thank everybody that tuned in last week, and I also want to thank every single person that has watched the video from last week.
Interacted in the feed.
That was over 500. That video alone last week had over 500 views, which totally blows my mind. Some people say, well, that's not much. For us,
actually,
that's a lot. That's a lot for us.
I mean, here we are in little Aroostook County, and we sit here and we jive at each other all the time. You should hear the stuff that doesn't go on the air. I mean, we talk about normal stuff on the air, but the stuff that we do behind scenes and talk about and stuff is just... we always said that somebody should do a sitcom, just because you never know what's going to come out of our mouths. And we just decided one day, I mean, we've thrown around the idea quite a few times, but we just decided to... Sean says, I have, right? That's why we've lasted so long, because we're both crazy. There ain't one crazier than the other.
And just so you know, Floyd's in here starting shenanigans.
With what?
Talking about free toasters.
Free toasters?
He says, I'm here. He says, I'm here for the free toaster.
Okay.
And now we got Jen Holland. I want a toaster.
Everybody wants a toaster. We'll have
So-
to go to the thrift store and see if they get any toasters.
If we can make it
Shopping
to
at
20
the thrift
viewers,
store.
Billy Floyd will give you all the free toasters and toaster pastries, aka Pop-Tarts, that you can handle.
And frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. How do I get a free toaster? Seriously.
Okay, so we are currently at 57 minutes.
If anybody has any links, if you have any, if you're creative in any way, if you do painting, if you do, I have friends that do tie-dye, if I have friends that play music, the Kitchen Killers, they play music, any art related, anything. If you have any businesses, share your links on here for other people to see and get interested in your business. I mean, everybody needs a little push every once in a while, to get your name out there. And I'm all for supporting local, musicians, and even, just doing it on your own is a hard road. Doing anything on your own, whether it be a band, whether it be, art, sculpturing,
Hi, Lori
drumming, video production. It's hard getting that one foot in front of the other and getting the exposure and the people that you need to support you. So if you've got anything out there that you have, Facebook pages or Etsy pages or anything like that, share them in the chat so people can see them, so you can share what you do and what you love and get the word out there.
Absolutely. And this community here, I'm hoping, will be supportive like what Jay Bauer
Easier
Art
with a free toaster.
and the Kitchen Killers, we're part of all of that community, and that's the kind of community that I want to have here. Robert Maynard says, I'm an asshole.
You are not.
Shithead, maybe. So, you can put up your links for whatever it is that you're supporting. And Billy says, if you turn the toaster on its side, you can toast the fish on some bread.
Can also make grilled cheese too.
Yep. If you don't believe us, ask Ricky from
Ask
Trailer Park
Ricky.
Boys.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for next week. I know I made mention of this last week. I'm still working out the details of possibly doing an interview with the lead actor. I call him the lead actor. He's the villain, the main villain of the film. Friday the 13th Vengeance. And I might.
For a fan, for like a low, I wouldn't say even low budget film, but
It is technically a low budget.
it's low budget
It's a fan film.
but it's awesome.
They're calling it a fan film, and they're using equipment that most fans don't have access to.
Yeah, I've sat here and watched a lot of fan films with you, and some of them are pretty crappy, but
Some of them are. Never Hike Alone. That was by far the best fan film that I've seen to date when it comes to Friday the 13th. But anyway, I'm working on possibly being able to interview the production manager as well as the guy that plays Jason, Jason Brooks. I'll keep you guys informed as I get those details ironed out. They're really busy filming on set right now, so that's for another time. And
word. Thank you all for stopping by.
yeah, thank you guys very much. We got to go because WrestleMania pre-show starts, and I don't want to interrupt anybody's viewing of that. It's General Electric. All right.
G.
All right, guys.
Phillips, any toaster?
Again, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.